Hi guys, and welcome back to another how to dribble like video. Today is all about the Premier League Player of the Year, Mo Salah. So Mo Salah's dribbling style is very similar to players like Hazard and Messi in the way that he doesn't use many moves at all, but instead quick movements just to unbalance the defender for a split second. Then he takes advantage of his blistering pace to get away from them. So we're going to move into the first move here. We also saw Messi perform this exact same move against Boateng, where he twisted him and he actually fell over. Mo Salah scored almost an identical goal using this move. So what it is we're using a quick movement with the outside of our foot to make it look like we're cutting inside to maybe shoot, and then immediately taking it with the inside of the foot. The defender usually tries to block that movement, and then they try and actually anticipate the second movement as well, and because it's happening at such a quick pace, usually the defender gets tangled and then they end up falling over, or you can get away from them nice and easily. So the first movement is basically just cutting it with the outside of the foot. So we want to start by nudging the ball. This is going to set us up. We slow the ball down, inside cut here with the outside of our foot to the inside of the field. The defender thinks that is our move. But then if we quickly then take another touch with the inside of our foot to cut to the outside of the pitch, then the defender's confused and they usually get tangled up, and that gives us enough time and space to get a shot off. So the next move is one that Mo Salah performs on the turn when receiving a pass. So as the ball comes in, he typically kills the ball dead with his first touch, and then his second touch is immediately with the outside of his foot, and he continues on in that same direction that the ball was just traveling. So the reason this one is so deceptive for the defenders is because when he stops that ball dead, so as the ball comes in, as he stops that ball dead, usually the defender marking him will stop with him so that he becomes flat-footed for a split second. And then because Mo Salah is so quick and he can take that touch almost immediately, the defender is then off balance and Mo Salah can get away from him. So let's break it down step by step. So step one is when you're receiving the pass, you want to be checking to the ball. This creates a little bit of space between you and the defender. You don't just want to be standing there waiting for the ball to come. The defender can just come in and intercept that ball. So a quick movement towards the ball, it only needs to be 1 or 2 yards, just enough to create that little bit of space between you and the defender. So ball's coming in, you're checking to the ball, and step one is killing that ball dead with the inside of the foot. So how we kill the ball dead is, as we receive that ball, we want to move the foot away at the split second that the ball touches our foot. This cushions it and stops it from continuing its roll. It really kills that ball dead. So step one, as the ball comes in, quick touch, move that foot away. It's going to cushion that ball, kill it dead. Step two, as we kill that ball dead, as we take that touch, we want to step our left foot to the side of the ball to create a little bit of room so that we can bring our other foot inside to make that second touch. So step two, ball comes in, kill the ball dead, and then we're stepping across the ball with our planting foot so that we can move our other foot to take that ball with the outside of our foot. And then the final step is accelerating immediately as we make a touch with the outside of our foot. So ball comes in, stop the ball dead, step across, and then as we make that touch, we're pushing off the planting foot and accelerating away. So let's perform it a little bit quicker now. So ball comes in, stop, and away. The next move is very simple, but requires a bit of repetition to really get that foot speed that makes it even more deceptive for defenders to read. And all it is a V-cut. So what he's doing, he's got his foot on top of the ball, he's rolling it back towards himself diagonally, and then he's transferring feet and then pushing it out in front of him. So it's a bit like this. So what he's doing is dragging it past the defender incoming, and then pushing it into the space behind that defender. And it's really difficult for the defenders to reset and recover to chase after him, especially because he's got a lot of space and pace. That movement is really going to kill that defender, and Mo Salah usually gets away nice and easily. So step one of this move is putting our foot on top of the ball and rolling it back towards you at a diagonal. So rolling it diagonally. And then step two, all we're doing is, as we roll that ball, little hop onto the foot we were just rolling with, transferring feet, and then pushing it with the inside of our opposite foot. So roll it towards, hop, push into that space here. And then all we need to do is just repeat that over and over again, as I said, trying to get as quick as we can with this movement. So the next move is the double inside cut, and this is really effective for Mo Salah. As somebody who uses the inside cut a lot, using the double inside cut is a way that he can still stay deceptive even when the defender starts to read some of his moves. If you use the same move over and over again, some defenders start to anticipate it. So the double inside cut, sometimes he'll even act like he's going to shoot. It really depends on the scenario, but he'll fake like he's going to shoot, and he'll cut that ball to the inside, and then immediately he'll cut the ball in the opposite direction. And the thing that really sells it is his hip movements. So as he cuts first, he turns his hips to the side that he just cut it to make it seem like he's going to go in this direction. Then he makes another cut. And on that second cut is when the defender's really sold, and then he can accelerate away, shoot, make his next move, whatever he wants to do. So let's break it down step by step. So you want to have the ball out at an angle, and then make it look like you're going to shoot or pass, and then cut it to the inside using the inside of the foot. So we're really snapping our foot around that ball. So as the foot goes around the side of the ball, you want to rotate at the ankle, snapping the ball to the inside, and then rotate the hips in that direction that you just cut the ball. Then step two is just doing the exact same thing in the opposite direction. You want to make that first cut a little bit softer than the second cut. You want to keep control of that ball. So you're cutting it to the inside. You want to make sure it lands in between the feet there. Then that second cut can be a bit heavier, because that's when you're going to accelerate and get away from the defender. So it's all in the hip movements, it's all in the snap of the foot, just being deceptive. So let's piece it together here. So out to the side, it's cut, and then cut again, and off we go. So moving into the final move, and it's very similar to move number two, where we worked on the turn to make that defender freeze so that we can get away. So if you already used that one in a match, you could actually use this one as well to stay unpredictable. So what he typically does, the ball's coming in, he checks towards the ball, make it look like he's going to receive it, and then he lets the ball run. And it's really effective, especially if you have a lot of pace, because the defender usually anticipates that movement, wants to get on top of you before you can control it. So if you let that ball run, the defender's usually coming in and his momentum's coming towards the ball, so he'll be flat-footed and has to do a whole 180-degree turn in order to try and recover. So let's break this down step by step. So step one, just like the first move, we want to check towards that ball as we're about to receive it. So instead of standing flat-footed and waiting for the ball to come, we're going to make a move towards the ball. This is going to draw that defender, create a little bit of space as well. So just a little movement, only has to be 1 to 2 yards, but it's enough to really bait that defender in. Step two is start getting your body upright and getting that body open like you're going to receive it. So as the ball's coming in, check towards that ball, almost get upright a little bit. So you're almost pausing for a split second. Make it look like you're about to control that ball. You're then going to lower yourself and accelerate off again, letting the ball just roll past you. So as the ball comes in, check two, and then you're away. So what we're going to do is, literally as that ball almost gets to your feet, you're then going to lower yourself, get in an acceleration position, turn the body, let the ball roll, and off we go. All right guys, so those are the skill moves I have for you today. Very simple ones in this episode, but if they're good enough for the best player in the Premier League, they're more than good enough for us. They're going to be very effective. Make sure you repeat them many times in training before trying them in a match so that you're confident with them. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know by smashing that like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.